Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Step and this is going to be part 25 of my early campaign where I'm playing as the Danes. And in the last episode I did finally get that ceasefire with the Egyptians. And that was much needed because yeah, I was falling behind in regards to my economy. However, this new ceasefire, this new peace treaty that we have, I've been really careful with it. I've been making sure that I keep my boats out of the sea regions that have Egyptian boats in them. However, it did not take long before the Egyptians built back up their fleet, and now there's enough Egyptian boats in the water so that I can't ignore them anymore, or I can't like tiptoe around them. And that has me a little bit nervous, you know, because they've been pretty ornery this campaign, and I don't want to give them any reason to attack me, but yeah, I just can't avoid them anymore. I have boats avoiding the Gulf of Gabes just so that I don't get attacked by this boat here, but I should go in there so I could trade with that. Let's actually mix these around, and let's do a caravel and a longboat each. Let's go back in so I can trade with that port. I think here in the Mertun Sea, I will stay out of this just because there's two Egyptian boats, and I mean I could send in two caravels perhaps. They have a Bagala and a Dhow. 0 stars, 0 star, 0 star. My two caravels should win if they fight me, so let's go in there. And yeah, everywhere else we just have to kind of... I have two boats in every sea region now, I think. At least in the Mediterranean, but still, I don't know if that's a guarantee of any safety. That is the papacy, I believe. Yes, it is. So there's no Egyptian boats up here in the northern sea regions. Okay. I am making 10 grand, and I want it to stay that way. I really want to keep making money here, because I am able to continue working on building back up my infrastructure while also maintaining these huge armies. And that feels good. I like being able to do this. So yeah, I'm really hoping I can continue. I'm retraining these Vikings here in Sweden so that they can get the weapon and armor upgrades. And so let's bring you guys in as well. Okay. Yeah, things are going well. I'm building, let's see, boats, and this is the monastery so I can get more morale for my spearmen that are trained here. Also, I can, let's see, I can train inquisitors from Novgorod if I wanted to do that. And then I'm getting the master merchants in Prussia, Lithuania, Pomerania, Saxony, so that's going to be a good boost to my economy. I'm getting my farm income in most of my British Isle provinces. Yeah. So that's all going pretty well, I would say. My king is getting up there in age. He is 57 years old. And he's decent, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 influence. So that has been good for us. But yeah, his time is going to be coming to an end soon. And his heir, Prince Christopher, he looks pretty good, honestly. 5 acumen is going to be pretty good, considering that the king, the current king, only has 2 acumen. So once Prince Christopher becomes a king, our income or our economy will be getting a good boost from that. And hopefully he has some sons on the way by the time he becomes king, because he's already 32. So yeah, hopefully he's already gotten a head start on that. Looks like I can move some boats up and further reinforce my fleets in the Mediterranean. So let's do that. Let's go here and then here. And let's just go all the way down the chain. Let's not do that, because any region that I can have 3 boats as opposed to 2 is going to be preferable. Although it's not really a guarantee of anything, is it? I feel like the Egyptians attacked me when I had 3 boats in 1 sea region. They just weren't combined. I think in that maybe that was the difference. I don't know. So let's do this, and let's bring 3 boats into the African coast, where they do have a boat belonging to the Egyptians. Now, the Egyptians are attacking the Hungarians, so that's good. Maybe they would be a little bit hesitant to start up another war with me because they are at war with the Hungarians. They are making money off of import tax from my economy, from my trade. So that has helped them build back up their fleets. You would think that they would not want to disrupt that trade. Is it going to show? Can we see how much they're making off of us? No, we cannot. Okay. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool if we could see how much they're making off of us. Because I don't think mine shows. Yeah, it shows how much I make off imports, but that number looks to be 0. I'm making 0 money off of imports in Lithuania. How about any of these provinces? Am I making any money off imports? Nothing. Yeah, I'm not making any import money. That's okay. But the Egyptians are, and that should be helping them. And the Hungarians are caught in a weird scenario where they are now fighting the Polish as well. This is kind of their fault. Well, actually, is it? The Poles may have attacked, actually. The Poles may have brought this on themselves. But now the Hungarians hold Poland, so they do border me here in Prussia and Pomerania. And yeah, they have forced tax in Poland. The Poles only have Volhynia and Silesia left, so they are looking pretty gosh darn weak. And the Mongols are not at peace with either of those 2 factions. Where are they? Yeah, they're not at peace with the Hungarians or the Poles, so they could go to war with either of those 2 factions. That would be interesting if they did pile in and kind of force their hand. So what this means, so like up to this point, I've been pretty happy with letting the Egyptians take the fight to the Hungarians because that is weakening my greatest rival in regards to my GA objectives. Now that I border the Hungarians, I could do something about that myself by obviously attacking them in an easier way. Now, of course, the option always was use my navies to invade the Hungarian territories, but having a land border with them just makes this task all the much more easier if it really does come to that. So this is an option. If I ever feel like attacking the Hungarians, having this as a border, that's an option. But I'm not going to be doing that quite yet. Really, I just don't have the artillery pieces that I want to have. I can get some demi-culverins here in Finland, but I'm using Finland to build my caravels, and the only other province that I can use to build caravels is Sweden, and I'm using them to retrain my Vikings for now. When this is done, I can go back to building caravels here in Sweden, and then I can go back to building the demi-culverins here in Finland, which is the artillery piece that I would like to use against the enemy castles. I don't think they do too good against citadels, but at least against castles, they should do well, I think. Maybe they do well against citadels. I'm not sure about that, actually. And whenever I get a chance, I probably should get another province working on artillery. Maybe that's going to be one of my British Isle provinces. But currently, these provinces are all working on economy. And I want to keep it that way for now. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to hold off on artillery for a little while longer. That's okay. I'm training assassins here in Norway, finally, just so that I can clear out the other factions' agents that are in my territories. I will leave the princesses alone just because I always want the opportunity, if I need it, to marry the princesses into my own faction. But these emissaries and these bishops belonging to other factions, they gotta go. I just don't want any factions spying on me. No, no, no. And the Almohads are doing very well. In fact, I was warned by one of my viewers to watch out for the Almohads, and I, quite frankly, hey, I heed your warning, but I'm looking forward to the Almohads getting strong. I mean, they already are strong, and this is really fun. This is something that I don't see every time I play this game. In fact, never have I seen the Almohads get this strong before, so I'm enjoying this. And if they ever do come into contact with me, cool. As far as their GA objectives, I'm not too worried about them. They're not behind me by too much. They're sitting on 93 points. But look at what they're making, you know? 4, 5, 8, 9, 10 points. That's it. Their conquest is really stifling because they're only getting 1 point for every 5 provinces they conquer. So that's tough. If they were getting a point per province like I am, they'd be doing a lot better. But they're not. So, yeah, that is tough for them. The only people that I'm worried about, really, is the Hungarians. The Egyptians are also up there. How much are they making? 8, 15, 16, 17? Okay, 17's a bit. 17 points. How much off conquest? 1 for every 4. Okay. And I'm just making a crap ton. Yeah, that's a bit better. So I think I will catch up to the Hungarians, but again, if I feel like I have to, I will invade their territories. For now though, I want to keep building up my navies, building up my economy, and building up my infrastructure. And I'm kind of ignoring my armies for now, because I feel like I have some catching up to do in other regards, and that is okay. And I'm gonna try to keep maneuvering my navies around in ways that make me appear strong in sea regions that I'm sharing with the Egyptian fleets. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna keep an eye on here because I really want to keep making money. Oh, this is interesting. The Germans are finally, after turning down many marriage proposals and ceasefire offers, they are offering a princess's hand in marriage. Now, I believe this is going to go straight to an alliance, not with them being the one that offers it. I believe this is going to be an alliance if I accept this. Do I want to be allied with them? I wanted the ceasefire for a very long time so that I could trade with their port in Flanders, I believe. And I think I will still accept this. I didn't really want the alliance because, you know, then I can't attack them without taking a hit to my influence. And I wonder... So they are allied with the Mongols, and I wonder if that means... Would the Germans break their alliance with the Mongols to become allies with me? If that's the case, I'm still okay with that because I still think that I get the ceasefire, and that, for me, is the best of both worlds. Because I get a wife for Prince Valdemar, although I don't think he's one of my heirs anymore. He might be one of the brothers, although I would have to check in on that. But I would be getting a wife for him, and I would be getting the ceasefire, and yeah, that's even if the Germans decided to stay with the Mongols. So let's agree to this. And let's see, do we have any starred generals? This is a governor who is a fanatic, plus 40% zeal when governing, and plus 1 dread. Okay, so that should be adding some loyalty to his province, whatever province he governs. And that's that. Let's look. So Prince Valdemar, yeah, he is one of the brothers. Prince Valdemar, 49 years old. Hey, you got a wife, buddy. And yeah, he's a drinker. Well, sir, that's only begun. You've only seen the beginning of it. No, I'm sure he'll be fine. All right, so now we got that. Yeah, we are allies with the Germans, and did they give up their... So currently, they are still allied with the Mongols, so maybe they're gonna have to choose one at the end of this turn, perhaps, I think. And now I should be making money by trading with Flanders. I'm making 14,000 now. That feels very, very good. Oh man, that feels wonderful. 14,000. And they're hanging on for their dear lives. They have Flanders, Champagne, and Lorraine. Is it just those three provinces? It looks like it, yeah. Yeah, the French are just getting beaten back, though. The French king is isolated. He is completely surrounded here in Ile-de-France. And then Brittany is isolated as well. Toulouse is isolated. Switzerland is isolated. Man, they just have a bunch of French islands being torn to pieces by the Almohads. And now the Holy Roman Emperor has chosen to keep his alliance with the Golden Horde, but I believe, as I imagined, I believe that means that we still have that ceasefire. I will check on that in a second here. It's too bad. I feel like none of my star generals ever get brave beyond belief. That's such a good trait. +3 valor and +3 morale. That's very good, but it's useless on a captain that will never be a general. I mean, I would never use him as a general with 0 command stars. It makes me wonder if I'm doing that backwards, you know? Like, maybe I should find my guys that have this trait and then use them as generals, you know? Yeah, something to think about. Because it's such a good one. +3 valor, +3 morale. So yeah, we do still have that ceasefire with the Germans, so that's perfect. I got everything I wanted out of that. Yeah, still making 14,000. What's not to love? And I noticed down here, just to keep you all in the know, the Egyptians are doing some work down here against the Hungarians. My oh my, yeah, they've finished conquering Bulgaria, and it looks like this castle in Serbia is going to fall in this turn. They just reached out and they took Hungary. So now this is going to last for 5 turns because there's so few units inside of that castle. So the Hungarians have time to react to this. And the fact that the Hungarians, well, have most of their forces right there in Poland, I would have to imagine they will push the Egyptians out of Hungary. I would imagine so, at least. But still, this is giving the Egyptians time and space to finish conquering Serbia, for instance. Maybe they can reach out and take Croatia. Because if the Egyptians attacked Croatia from Hungary, then these forces would not have anywhere to retreat to. So they would be cut off and Croatia could be taken. Although that would open them up with a border to the papacy. And maybe that's not something that they want. In any case, man oh man, yeah, seeing the Egyptians do well on one side and the Almohads do well on the other, this is a really fun campaign. Really interesting to watch these things happen here. Oh, hello, what about this? This is not something that you see every day. Inquisition update. It looks like the papacy has sent an inquisitor to inquisit upon one of my generals to see if they are a heretic. So it appears that an inquisitor has taken it upon himself to try, judge, and execute one of my generals. This situation needs attention before more forces are lost. And the inquisitor is Don Peter of Verona, and the accused is Christopher Bellison. Now, I don't know what general that is. I don't know if that is my 4-star general or if that is one of my other generals. But it's unfortunate, and I don't know if it actually happened or not. I don't know if the trial still needs to happen. That message did seem to indicate that the execution had already happened, though. Let's see, there is a loyalist rebellion here in Ile-de-France. I think that is a loyalist rebellion for the French. I think so, that would be my guess. And oh man, I lost another caravel, damn. That's 2 turns in a row that I've lost a caravel in a storm. That is very unfortunate. Those are expensive boats. Yeah, and more improved farmland here. Yep, just going all the way. All the way with the farm upgrades. Okay, oh, really, Pope? You want an alliance now? Do ya? Do ya now? Well, I don't want an alliance with them just because there's a chance that I'm going to invade Sicily at some point. Just to follow the Normans, you know, the Norman advances, you know, into Sicily and maybe even Naples as well, and that would bring me into direct conflict with the papacy. And yes, that would get me excommunicated, but I think it would be kind of fun to sort of relive the Norman adventures into the Mediterranean. Now, of course, the timeline doesn't really fit, you know, I don't think the Normans had a presence in the Mediterranean in the 14th century. I don't think so. Please correct me if I'm wrong, though. Alright, what do we got here? So, it wasn't you that was tried. Yeah, I wonder if that Inquisitor got the job done. So, Prince Christopher, +2 acumen, -40% happiness for avarice. His various dubious enterprises to make money at the expense of his subordinates have been exposed. So, yeah, he was getting, the previous trait was giving him +2 acumen and like -10 happiness, but now that it's been exposed, it's -40% of -40 happiness. Okay. So when he becomes king, he's going to be giving the economy a good boost, but the loyalty of the provinces is going to need a little bit of looking after, just because that -40 happiness is going to apply to them, which could be big. We'll have to take a look at that and see if that matters. All right, let's see. You are not a governor, but +3 piety. Okay, so harder to kill by an inquisitor, that's for sure. And then, yeah, steward for those 2 governors, which is going to be more happiness and more money, so that's all good. All good. Well, I have an assassin right here in Saxony to deal with this inquisitor, so that's just in the nick of time. So, what, yeah, I'm wondering... if the guy was killed. I don't think... It was Christopher, wasn't it? Wasn't the general's name Christopher? And none of them are named Christopher. I'm looking for a unit that's missing a man, because the captain would be dead. Oh, it's him. It was him. They killed the captain of the peasant unit. Well, that's funny. Yeah, what a weird thing to do. Unless, like, he wasn't a governor, was he? I'm looking around for titles now. Yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm not seeing any governorship titles laying around, so I don't think he was a governor. I can just retrain that unit. And then, yeah, let's kill this Inquisitor. Ooh, damn. That Inquisitor has Valor of 5. And the chances of success for my assassin is only 34%. Oh, man. Well, we have to try. And I do have other assassins available as well, so I can send you in from Pomerania, and then you in from Prussia. I can send you in from Norway. Here, I can go after this papal emissary. Nah, I can let him be for now. Yeah, let's just go after this Inquisitor here in Saxony, so he doesn't kill anyone important. Oh man, this Inquisitor, he is a man on a mission. He just went for another one of my generals. And think he did succeed, yeah. This time it was Sir Hardcanoon's Jarl, and I believe that was the general of one of these stacks. But again, I think he was a Geostar general. So yeah, that's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, my assassin did fail in killing that rank 5 Inquisitor. Man, oh man. Yeah, he's going to be tough to take down. Let's see. Hungarians retreating from Hungary. Okay. Yeah, the Egyptians are pushing strong. Yep, the Hungarians have retreated from Serbia as well. Looks like I saw an Egyptian jihad as well. Got some more farm upgrades being put in. Master Merchant. Okay, so these are going to be good. Yeah, this is going to be a good boost for us for our money. Yep. Monastery finished here in Novgorod. Another Master Merchant finished. Yeah, this is awesome. And the Almohads are asking for an alliance. That's interesting. An alliance with the Almohads. That's an interesting thing to consider. As I mentioned before, I don't feel too threatened by them in regards to their GA objectives. You know, like I don't think that I'm gonna ever have to attack them to stop them from catching up to me. And with as expansionists as they have become, it would be nice to have a little bit of insurance against an attack from them. And they do have boats in the water as well, and to also try to have some insurance against a naval attack by them as well, just, you know, as the Egyptians have done, just these annoying little naval fights. That would also be nice to have that insurance as well. I think I want to accept this, and there's no alliances on their end with anyone that I'm, you know, they're not allied with the Mongols, so this should be an alliance that could remain true between me and the Almohads. Yeah, we'll see about that. I feel like a lot of times I make alliances and then I end up regretting it because I find out I have to go to war with that faction later on, and I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I see the future? And I think in this case, I think that's a safe alliance to have. Maybe. All right, let's take a peek here. -4 valor. Okay, that's not good. -10 happiness. He's not a governor. He's not a star general, but still, just -4 valor on his unit is unfortunate for sure. That's unfortunate. Because yeah, he's on one of my frontline territories. Okay, so he is not a governor, and then you are -2 piety. Okay. Let's take a look. Are you the one of the... No, it's not you. It's you. So, gluttony. Oh, you are also the... That's so weird. Brave beyond belief and gluttony on the same guy. So, he would be... Like, if he led an army, he would be giving +3 morale, +3 valor, but that's kind of negated by the -4 valor of being gluttonous. And this is going to be this unit of feudal knights. So, yeah, a unit of feudal knights with -1 valor. That's not good. That's a unit that I like to have fighting well. I was just attending to my boats when I realized that there seems to be less Egyptian boats in the water in this turn than the last few turns. And I'm wondering if the Hungarian boats, that would make sense, right? The Hungarian boats have taken it to the Egyptians. I mean, they are at war after all. Yeah, there's definitely less Egyptian boats. There's one here in the Gulf of Gabes, and then there's one here in the Black Sea. That's all I'm seeing. These are papacy boats, papal boats. And there are none that slipped by and got into the northern regions. Right? Nope, that's papal. Yeah, the Hungarians must be doing some work. Okay, good for the Hungarian Navy. Good. I'm glad for that. That actually helps me out quite a bit, honestly. And where is this jihad headed to? So the jihad is headed to Serbia. Okay, so it's going to make it there. This is going to last for 2 turns before that falls. And yeah, the Egyptians have Hungary. Actually, they have it now. They own the castle and everything. Wow, interesting. And the Hungarian king is trapped here in Croatia. Ooh, oh, man. King Giza II, 3 influence. I wonder if his armies... He should be cut off from his other armies too. So are these generals going to be losing loyalty? 2 loyalty. 2 loyalty. There's a couple generals with 2 loyalty pips, but I think overall they're looking okay. I think maybe, does his navy connect him to the other generals? No, his navy does not connect. So he is cut off. And the Hungarians still in Corsica. That's so funny. Just hanging on to Corsica for no reason. Okay, yeah, the Hungarians are in some trouble, but their navies are fighting back against the Egyptians. And this jihad, how strong is this looking? So they have some Abyssinian guards. That's a fun unit. And Mamluk handgunners. Yeah, that's fun too. Yeah, overall not a great jihad, but they have a couple artillery pieces. That's always helpful. A trebuchet and a catapult. And this is going to be a castle, so they will probably want more than just those 2 artillery pieces. Do they have any more here? No, I'm not seeing any artillery pieces in this army. Some decent armies though, honestly. Yeah, some pretty decent units here. Some Mamluk cavalry. These have axes, so they have a bonus versus armor. Some Saracen infantry, a solid spearman unit. Some Khwarezmian cavalry. Very close to cataphracts, just a slightly worse than cataphracts, I think. What else? Gulam cavalry, it's a decent medium cav unit. Mamluk horse archers, yep, that's a good horse archer unit. Hybrid, you know, decent in combat as well. And then Bedouin camel warriors. Yeah, some fun armies for sure. I am looking forward to playing as the Egyptians in my next campaign, and yeah, they have some really interesting units in their armies. And now my king has finally died. He died, he lived to the age of 63 or 64. Yeah, he lived a while. And it's gonna be important now to see how is King Christopher on the old influence, you know, and how are the other generals gonna handle this. I have a princess that I've been saving in case I need to use her to marry her off to a general, just in case. We'll have to take a peek at that. And the Polish king has died as well. Let's see, one of my generals has died. And reliquary completed here in Norway. That's going to be giving +2 morale to any units that are trained there. And more farm upgrades here. Yep. And the Shipbuilders Guild is finished here in Finland. I think this is going to allow me to build cogs now, I think. Which is going to be my 3rd tier boat. And the Constable's Palace is finished here in Denmark. This is going to give me a title that I can give out. I believe it is, at least. And wow, okay, I already have a son on the way. And I think this is my new king's son, I believe. So, awesome. Good. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Yes, let's see. Any starred generals? Nope, nothing matters. Nothing matters. And influence is 5. That's like okay. And yep, we already know about his command and his acumen. So he's 39. And we're making 18,000 now. We were making like 16, like 15 and a half to like 16, almost 16. So just from his acumen alone, it looks like we're going to be getting a boost here. We did have some farm upgrades finished as well. So it's not going to be, you know, he's not giving that much of a boost. But still, he might be boosting it by like 1,000 florins. by having a couple extra pips of acumen. So that's nice. We are sitting at 92,000 in the treasury, so that feels good. And man, we've got more inquisitors hanging out. French inquisitors now. I never did kill that other papal inquisitor. He got away from me. He went to another faction's province. He went to Flanders, and he's moved on since then. Is it you? Yeah, that's the son of the bitch. Yeah, I don't want to chase him into enemy territory or, you know, other territories. Because I don't want to be losing my assassins to border forts and enemy spies and all that. I don't want to do that. I just want to get my territories clear of enemy agents. That's all I really care about. And yeah, there was another inquisitor belonging to the papacy, but it looks like he is buggered off. So it's going to be time now. Let's put an assassin back in Saxony. How much valor does this? Man, another 5-star inquisitor. Goddamn. Ooh, that is brutal. Okay, well, maybe just bring all of my assassins back to Saxony. I don't want to do that. I feel like I'm just wasting time here. I could be just spreading my assassins out to all of my territories. That feels like a better idea. And then you can go after the Egyptian emissary here. And what is that? Is that a Polish emissary? The colors are so close. Yeah, you can go after the Polish emissary, and I believe that's a Polish princess. Yeah, you can leave her alone. I don't need to be killing princesses. But let's definitely go after these agents that are here. And let's bring down another assassin, because I am assuming it's going to take a few to get rid of this French Inquisitor, would be my assumption. And then, we do have this title. The Master of the Stables. So this is going to be giving 2 command stars and 2 pips of loyalty. Okay, that's pretty gosh darn good. Okay, so let's see. None of these generals are still in the family. Okay. So he already has 3 sons and a daughter on the way. That's awesome. That's really good. So Prince Sven is his only brother, and he is here, and he is that 5-star general, decent enough loyalty, 4 acumen, 3 dread, greed, so -10 happiness, but he's not a governor, and he's never going to be king, so it doesn't matter. He just needs to stay alive long enough for the sons to come of age. And the oldest son is Prince Eric. He is 7 years old, so it's going to be, It's going to be 8 turns before he comes of age. Or 8 or 9. And then we have these guys who are all 2-star generals. You know, they're definitely usable. And now that... So Prince Christopher was holding down Prussia. He was leading the armies here in Prussia. So now Prussia's going to be needing another general since I want to keep my king safe here in Denmark. And that's making me think maybe I want to send one of my uncles. Now they're all 2-star generals, so none of them are that good. But still, 2 stars is something. I do have other options. I do have a couple 3 stars up here, but I don't think any of them are that good. Let's look. So 3 stars. Okay, he's actually looking okay. You know, he's not an unhinged loon, so... Nothing, it's just the Great Warrior giving him health in combat. That's it. Other than that, he's just a basic 3-star general. And he is in a unit of Royal Knights, so that's how I like them. And then here's 2 more, let's see. So here's 2 more 3-star generals. So yeah, this one's an unhinged loon. I don't really want him as a general. And then you're a blackmailer, and you only have 3 loyalty. So I don't really want to use you, although you are a natural leader. You would be giving +2 morale to the army, but yeah, blackmailer is not good. And then this is that peasant general. 3 stars, which is good. He is the Earl of Denmark because of his insane acumen. But I don't really want peasants to be in my armies. And he is such a good governor. I don't want to lose him either. So I got options. You could be my master of the stables. I could bring you up to a 5-star general. It's not the worst idea. Do any of these guys have decent traits? Great warrior. Famously brave. That gives morale. Okay, +1 morale. I like that. And what about you? Great warrior. Weak principles. So he's going to be easier to bribe. Don't like that. And then this is Sir Valdemar. So this is the man that we married off to that German princess. And then, yeah, drinker. So this is going to get worse. So he could lose more stats as that goes along. Famously brave is a good one. Yeah, that is a good one. Let's see. I might just give him more command though. Let me double check my generals and make sure that did we get hit by any loyalty issues? So he's down to 4. Let's see here. I'm keeping an eye out. Ooh, 1-star general. Okay. 3-star general. Well, so this is the army that I was going to replace. I mean, this is the army that I was going to be using, like bringing a general over anyway. So that's good. 1 stars. 1 star. I mean, one loyalty is not good. Yeah, he's a blackmailer. And then 3 pips of loyalty isn't good either. Let's keep looking around. Yeah, you have 3 shields of loyalty as well. And then you have 2 shields of loyalty. That's not great either. Yeah. Okay. How do I want to solve this? I think that... So for now, let's bring you out and let's give you this. Bring you up to 5 stars, bring you down here to Prussia, and you can take command of this army. Now, can this province hold out for 1 turn without these armies going rebel? That is the question. And then I can get, maybe not you married off, but maybe you can marry my princess? Because you are the only one that's lowered than 3 stars, or 3 pips of loyalty, 3 loyalty shields. So let's do that. Let's use her. And let me just double check. Yep, you. Yeah, let's do that. Raise them up to 4 or 5. I can't quite remember, but that should be good. Okay, and I think we have another princess on the way as well. Princess Regitz is going to be of age, I think next year actually. So she could be used on another one of these 3 shield loyalty generals. So that's going to be an option. So as long as we can hold out here without having any issues for this turn, I think we're going to be okay. Maybe even just remove him. So he has 3 loyalty. Huh. Yeah, let's just remove him from the stack for 1 turn. That way if he rebels, it's just going to be him. Oh my goodness. Wow, the papacy is attacking the French here in Austria. Oh, they're getting a little bit crunk. Oh my goodness, yeah. And the papacy is getting counterattacked by the Italians? What is going on? Were the Italians excommunicated before they did that? Or did they just do that on their own? Wow. Huh. Looks like the French have themselves a loyalist rebellion here in Switzerland. I don't think that's going to help out too much because they are surrounded by a massive force of Almohads. And yep, the Almohads are doing well. Yeah, the Italians are excommunicated. So they were not excommunicated before they did that. They just did that. More farm upgrades here. And yes, that wedding did go through. So Magnificent Steward, yeah, plus 30% to agriculture and plus 10 happiness. That's a good one. True Zealot, plus 30% zeal. Okay. And I do have another princess who is available now, yeah. Good, good. Alright, so let's put this guy back in charge and let's give him back those knights. So we're back to looking okay. As long as, you know, this says that this man's loyalty is in serious question. I feel like 3 shields of loyalty is okay, I think, maybe? I could be wrong about that, though. So the marriage just gives 2 shields of loyalty, okay. Still, I think that's, you know, I think that's good. So maybe I want to get him married as well, just to be safe. And let me double check that. So he's another option. Yeah, I do. So I have 2 generals that have 3 shields of loyalty. Huh. How about I just kind of not send her off right away? Let's kind of just see what happens here. Maybe I can get some more loyalty traits for my king. Okay, so he's 40. And yeah, Eric is going to be of age in 8 years, so that's fine. That's just fine, I think. And then down here, yeah, the papacy. If the Italians took over the Italian peninsula, I would like that, because if they came down here and took Sicily, then that means I get to attack Sicily and Naples without being excommunicated. Heck, that's even without getting a warning from the Pope, because the Italians are excommunicated. Oh, yeah. How old is their king? 39, so he's going to be alive for a while. And the Pope is 47, so he's not going to be alive as long. Huh, still, if the Italians owned Sicily, at least it's not a guarantee excommunication by attacking them, right? I still get that warning. Oh, that would be cool if the Italians took over the Italian peninsula. And yeah, the French have a civil war happening. Yep, looks like they're going to be losing one of their stacks here in Brittany. Oh, their king is here in Brittany as well. 1 influence. Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. Not much of a big deal. They'll hang on to Friesland here. They'll hang on to Franconia. But yeah, they're also losing Austria to the papacy. That has to feel bad. And then, yeah, this Loyalist Rebellion, Swiss Halberdiers, it's a good unit, but still, it's not a big army. I wonder, it might beat this Elmahead force, but there's so many Elmaheads around that they can just kind of swarm in. Yeah, they can swarm in and do okay. Yeah, the Germans are in a bad spot as well. Are the Italians at war with the Elmaheads? I don't think they are. No, they're not. Yeah, this is going to be so interesting. Oh, I mean, are we going to get... Wouldn't that be something if the Almohads and the Egyptians go to war with each other? Because then if that happens, they would be bordering each other up here in Europe, but then also down here in Africa. Like their kingdoms loop all the way around the Mediterranean. That would be so cool. That'd be so interesting. And I would just be up here, like just kind of chilling out and just being like, trade with me. You're getting rich. Yeah, that's the idea. That's what I want. Oh, thank goodness. Yes, my assassins were able to get one of the rank 5 Inquisitors, Don Galeazzo Centani. Yes, he's been assassinated, but there's another papal Inquisitor in Saxony, and they just did kill another one of my generals, although I don't know if it was... I don't think it was an important one. But it's annoying that they've been, you know, hanging around doing this to me. Let's see, the Almohads are going to retreat from Friesland. And yeah, the French are going to retreat from Franconia. And the Egyptians just can't take back Serbia. They've been really trying with that jihad to take back Serbia, but it has not been succeeding. Okay, more farmland finished here. And let's see, the Polish want an alliance. Okay, do I want an alliance? Is there any reason for me to get an alliance with them? They're not threatening enough for me to care. You know? I don't need any insurances that they're not going to attack me because they're not going to attack me. So I don't see any point in getting an alliance with the Poles. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any reason to. No. I do not see any reason to. This is going to be the year where I get my points counted for my glorious objectives, and I do anticipate doing quite well, and I also anticipate the French might get wiped out, like right now, maybe. They are just getting absolutely pummeled. Okay, this is that original Inquisitor that I really would like to get rid of, just because he's the first one who's been bothering me. And I sent a few... So it looks like we got him. Yep, Don Peter of Verona was killed by my assassin that got the last Inquisitor. So he had gained a rank. He was rank 3. He had a 50% chance of killing Don Peter of Verona, and it looks like he succeeded. So he is now a rank 4 assassin. All right, I need to hang on to that guy. Yeah, getting rid of that Inquisitor feels pretty gosh darn good. And let's see, Hungarians retreating from Carpathia. Looks like they attacked Wallachia, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Egyptians are doing pretty well against the Hungarians. And yeah, the Egyptians finally took Serbia, so that jihad will succeed if they can get rid of the garrison. If the Hungarians even left a garrison. And let's see, so unrest in Lorraine. Okay, some more loyalists. And oh, that's a German rebellion, okay. Interesting, so more farmland, more farm upgrades, yep. And yeah, we have a son on the way, awesome. Unhinged loon, man oh man. At least he's just an artillery general, an artillery captain. But he is a governor as well, so minus 30 happiness is not good. Let's see, secret fanatic. So plus 30%. What's the difference between a secret fanatic and a regular fanatic? I thought that 30% zeal was kind of standard for fanatics. Maybe maybe once it's discovered, it's +1 dread as well, perhaps. And then Lord Mason is a steward, so yep, agriculture and happiness. And he's also a magnificent builder, so +2 loyalty and +10 happiness. Awesome. Hey, there we go. Alright, so 8 points for homelands. That's just for holding on to Denmark and Livonia. But then we got quite a few more. We are ahead of the Hungarians now. We are in first place. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, and we are ahead of them by 16 points. I mean, we are doing well, and the Hungarians are getting pummeled. Yes. And the Egyptians, they jumped up a bit, didn't they? But that's mostly just off homelands. Yeah, they get so little for conquest. It feels bad for them. Cairo. Yeah, that's going to be tough for them. To get more buildings in Egypt than in any other province. Yeah, that's going to be a struggle, I think. But yeah, we are doing well. And I do want to play one more turn just so I can see if I get any more different objectives going past this turn, just because, yeah, we are now into the late period. Yeah, we are in the late period of the campaign. And overall, it feels good, right? I'm in the lead when it comes to the GA points. I am making money again. I'm sitting on 136,000 in the treasury. And I'm pulling in 17,000 per turn. That all feels pretty good. And that's with a pretty sizable army as well. Now, the army has been neglected for the last 100 years or so, as I focus on, you know, getting, you know what I've been doing, you know what I'm focusing on, but my economy, right? And specifically, like, getting all of my farm upgrades and my trade buildings, and especially in my newly conquered provinces as well, that's led to a scenario where I have not been able to keep up with my artillery. I am now building demi-culverins here in Finland. But Finland is also the only other province where I could be building cogs. This is my new boat. 1,000 florins, 4 turns to build. That's 1 more turn than the caravel, and it's 100 more florins than the caravel. How are the stats? Attack of 4, defensive 2, speed of 2. So 422 compared to 331. So it's going to be faster than the caravel. More attack than the caravel, but less defense? Yeah, less defense than the caravel. That's interesting. And the support cost is going to be more expensive than the caravel. It's 20 florins per turn as opposed to the 12 florins per turn for the caravel. The caravel's a good boat. It's a good boat. But the cog, I mean, just for a little bit of extra attack, it's going to be good to get that out on the oceans. Also, speed of 2, that does help as well. Let's see, so the cog. The cog has come about thanks to shipwrights, experiments, and gradual improvements in shipbuilding and rigging. A cog is a sturdy vessel with a deep draft, so it can carry a large crew and troops. With demi-cannons as well, it is a handy all-rounder in combat. So these things have demi-cannons, okay. Pretty cool stuff, but I want regular demi-cannons also, or demi-culverins, so that I can attack the late-game fortifications eventually. That would be nice. What's going to be nice is that when I can start getting other provinces going with that, I'm going to want to do that. The thing is, I'm just about getting, I'm working on the last tier of farm upgrades in many of my British Island provinces. And then for the provinces that don't have trade goods, what I can do, so that's going to be what? That's going to be, so the provinces that don't have trade goods is just Wales and Scotland. Now, Wales does have copper, but I've already built the mine complex there. So once Wales is finished building its farm upgrades, which it's almost done here with its 80%, then I can transition this into something else, say ships or artillery or something. That way I can get going a bit faster in that regard. And then I might want to focus Scotland on maybe the same thing, ships and or artillery, or maybe I want to use Scotland to get... Do I want guns? Guns would be fun. But guns would only be really useful if I go on the offensive in arid land. So if I go here, and if you see under terrain, it says arid ground. That's kind of the only place that you want to bring gunpowder into, because if you go anywhere north of that, so let's see, that's still arid. So this is lush here. Once you get to Bulgaria, that's lush grassland. And I think there's a pretty good chance of you getting rain. Even if you choose a fine day, you can still get rain just because of the, you know, the randomness of the weather here in this game. And that makes gunpowder very difficult to use. However, if I am going on the attack against, say, the Egyptians, or even, you know, Sicily and Naples, like I think the entire Italian peninsula is arid, I believe. Arid, yeah. So I don't know if arid means it never rains, or if it's just very, very rare. If you know the answer to that, please let me know, because I would like to know. And in any case, though, I do believe that you have a good chance of being able to use your gunpowder weapons in these arid territories. So that's probably what I would want to do, is bring guns to those territories, because that's where I would have the better chance of being able to use those units. Until then, though, I'm still, just cranking out the economy, because I do not want what happened to me before to happen to me again. Now, there still is, in these provinces, there's still another tier of a merchant building available to me once I get the citadel. So in all of these provinces that do have the trade goods, I still want to keep going until I get that 4th tier of trading building. But at least in Wales and Scotland, I can transition over to something else, whether it be ships or artillery or guns. We will find out. But you know what? That is all. No, I was just about to sign off, but I want to play one more turn just so that I can see if the GA objectives change at all going into the next year. Oh, and the Hungarians are dealing with a civil war of their own. Oh no, this is bad for them. This is bad for them. Their king is trapped and he is dealing with 2 rebel armies that are going to defeat him. And he is going to be forced back into this castle. Although the papacy is right there. I wonder if the papacy would come to the rescue of the Hungarians. Are they friends? They are. Yeah, the Hungarians and the papacy are allies. And as we know, the factions, you can get influence by coming to the aid of a besieged ally. It's a very specific circumstance, but it's true apparently. And this would be an opportunity for the papacy to get some goodwill on their side by saving the Hungarians. Though for how long, I do not know. The Egyptians are pretty strong. However, the papal forces here in Austria are decent, aren't they? Yeah, they are decent. So that could be interesting. But other than that, yeah, the Almohads are just cleaning up house here in Western Europe. And yeah, the Hungarians are going to have some issues here. They have another rebel stack here in Moldavia. And they will hang on to Poland, though. It's just going to come down to whether or not they have any heirs that are going to survive this civil war. Do they? Upon brief glance, I didn't see any, but I didn't look too hard. All right, let's move on now. Let's just do one more turn here, and I want to see if the objectives have changed at all going into the late game. I want to see if maybe the homelands have expanded, and maybe I can get some more points for holding on to other provinces. Man, there's a lot going on. I need to keep my eyes on this stuff because Yeah, anytime like big armies move around my territories, I'm like, oh my god, don't attack me. Alright, the Egyptians are going to retreat from Carpathia. And yeah, the Hungarians... The Egyptians came in as well to Croatia. Interesting, yeah. And the Egyptians did retreat. The rebels are going to force the Hungarian king into the castle, as I said would happen. Alright, farmland finished in Wales. Oh, the pretty rainbow. So yes, now I can start building other stuff in Wales other than economy buildings. Same thing here in Scotland. And then famine in Sweden. That's not good. Sweden is one of my richest provinces. And a bunch of stuff here. King Christopher I. Yes. 10% to all agricultural production. Wonderful. And plus 10 happiness as well. Yeah. Lord Hildetand. Great builder. That's a good one as always. Loyalty and happiness. King Christopher I. Builder plus 10 happiness. Awesome. Great. And 3-star general gets a... Oh, good. So he was a 2-star general, and he became well educated, and now he is a 3-star general. That's awesome. And plus 1 command as well. That's very, very good. I want to see what unit that general commands as well. That's Sir Ulf Skotkonung. I'll have to keep that in mind. Any more starred generals? No. Alright, let's check you out. You are in a unit of Royal Knights. Well, let's get you retrained so that... Because, right, this is a earlier period unit of Royal Knights. So let's retrain them in Denmark so that they can become a late period Royal Knight. Which is going to have some better armor, basically. Alright, let's just quickly look at this. Anything changed? Homelands? I'm getting less points for homelands. The same amount of points for Denmark, but Livonia was giving me 3 points, and now it's giving me 1 point. And then the Kalmar Union, this only gets counted once, so this does not matter. And then Conquest, still, that's the same, 1 point per every province. So, yeah, it's fine, I think. I think I will stay ahead of everyone. Just have to keep my eye on the Egyptians, basically. Yeah, they're kind of the only faction. Them and the Almohads. The Egyptians own Tunisia, and Tunisia is a homeland objective of the Almohads, so you would think that that would kind of bring them into conflict eventually. You would kind of think so. Alright, this has already gone on pretty long, so I'm going to end it there. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Conasip playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.